It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
It's showtime, baby.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to one of the league's most recognizable homes, Lucas Oil Stadium, opened in 2008 here in Indianapolis. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And here we go from Indy. This return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So out come the Colts for their first offensive possession. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida, a super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
I don't think it's hyperbole to say that when Anthony Richardson came out of the draft out of Florida, he was the greatest all-around athlete we'd ever seen at quarterback. 240 pounds, running 4.4, jumping 40 inches. He was the envy of defensive ends and linebackers that couldn't put up those numbers. Now, it's taken all those athletic traits and squeezing them into the quarterback position, maximizing all that physical talent to become the superstar he can be. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. He's on. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
First, you try to run it. Second, you try to throw it. And both times, you end up behind your own line of scrimmage. Break out the coffee along the sideline. Get everybody a dose of caffeine, because one side came to play, and the other better wake up.
And the Broncos are in the nickel for this third down. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He lofts it deep left. And he's there to send that one away incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Colts going to kick this away now on 4th, and it's Rigoberto Sanchez on for the punt. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Punt meets him at the 28. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
Bo Nix entered this league as a grown-up. 61 college starts will do that for you. A ton of college experience. And Bo Nix is a facilitator. When he is at his best, that ball is in and out of his hands in an absolute hurry. If he were a point guard on a basketball team, he'd want to go up and down the court and get it out of his hands as quickly as he can. He's accurate, he's tough, he's experienced, and he's poised for this challenge of the NFL.
That's completed right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Nix from the gun. Complete to Mims. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Completed to his running back. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll throw again. Nix. And he has the catch. Gets both feet in. That's a touchdown. The Broncos don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game, we will all judge together. But no doubt about it on that opening drive, Brock, he was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, I think this is twofold. Number one, you love to get this guy started early. He's a playmaker. He's a difference maker. Number two, this defense, well, they better be on high alert because this offense feels like they have a matchup they can attack, and that time attack a 3rd time for 6.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Colts with their offense out, their 2nd drive coming up. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
He's got his man. That's Alec Pierce. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, Kate, sorting through traffic, seeking out a runner, that is this guy's domain. And boy, does he know how to operate in it.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Taken in by Pierce. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down throw here from Richardson. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
Offense to the line for second down. They give to Taylor, right side. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard gain, and they'll now have a much shorter 3rd and 5 coming up.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that first down marker.
3rd and short yardage here, Richardson. This is reeled in by Pittman. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st down, it's Richardson. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. From the gun, Taylor. And they'll get it down for a solid gain to about the 37. Give him 4 on the play. Doesn't help a ton because they're still left with 3rd and 15.
You know, Kay, one of the reasons it's so hard to run the ball in the NFL is to move grown men off their spot against their will. You get a run play like that, you've done your job. You've moved them against their will, and you've set yourself up for some later success.
Oh, he's going to run for it! And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And the Colts will try for 3. Out comes their field goal unit. It's on the left hash, 46 yards out. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Returning it from the 4. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So the Broncos headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. They're out and set, 1st and 10. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Charvarius Ward brings him down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Shotgun snap to Nix. He's got the hook up to Ingram. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
3rd down run by Dobbins. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. Back deep for the Colts is Anthony Gould. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60 plus. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Colts will take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Throw complete to Warren. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. He gets 6 on that play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brandon Jones up for the stop. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Looking for Michael Pittman Jr. on that throw. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Look, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Hey, look, beyond having to pick yourself off the ground over and over again, all of these sacks in this 1st quarter have led to so much disruption. Kate, what do offenses look for, especially early? Get myself into rhythm. Get myself into a tempo. What do defenses want to do? Wreck all of that, and that's exactly what this defense is doing.
The Colts ready for the punt. He broke 50 on his 1st punt and looks to have done the same here. It's fielded at the 14. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. Hard to do better than that. A 66-yard punt. And the Broncos get set to take over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Nix to throw. This is hauled in by Ingram. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Play action with Nix. Finds Mims. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 27 on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
And he made the most of his running room on that one, getting it down to the 27. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Second and 3 now. Out of the gun, it's Nix. This is Ingram working the left side. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for first and 10. From the red zone now. And he will score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos get 6 more on their early advantage. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos drive their lead to 11. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now the Indianapolis offense heading out. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Play action with Richardson. Dickman's got it. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll be first down, Colts.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes it just a different...
Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. All the way. Touchdown, Indy. The Colts lower the deficit to a single possession. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Now the PAT try coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Denver set to take the field on offense. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll go down, we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good for a gain of 5. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Back-to-back carries here. And this one doesn't go far. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Going for the first with Dobbins. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he manages to get back to the line, but no further, as we're at the end of 1. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. Changing things up, they're going to throw now. Mims with the grab. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Nix. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
On 2nd down, here's Dobbins. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game. On
3rd down, here's Nix. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Bertolet able to knock it through and add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Indianapolis offense ready to take another swing at it. They'll look to knot up this game right now as they trail 17-10. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Running right, this is Taylor. And he's brought down for a loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. Taylor again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Broncos bringing out an extra DB. 3rd down coming up. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
This set it down starts with an option right. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. The rookie from Texas there on the tackle.
Had to be a missed assignment somewhere on that play, and the QB capitalizes with an excellent gain. There's got to be an adjustment made, so even when the QB keeps it himself on the read option, that gain is minimized.
2nd down carry for Taylor. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Keep it moving, offense. Keep it moving. Let's go.
They go again with Taylor. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Now they'll try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Colts make it 17-all. The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. Marvin Mims now to return it. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Broncos are ready to go, and we'll get a look at receiver Marvin Mims. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard. Well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Nix from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. Absolutely crushed his 1st punt, and here's another huge one. The Colts offense set to head out. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. It's caught, Warren. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. He has the 1st over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Pick up a 5 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And they needed more than one defender there. Powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now a toss play. Taylor escapes a defender. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Alex Singleton makes the tackle.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy in midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. From the gun, Taylor. And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Richardson on 3rd. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Rigoberto Sanchez on the punt. And they could really use a good one here. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he can't hurt you with a return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. The Broncos offense all set to go. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
3rd down run by Dobbins. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. That's a pickup of 9. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Complete to Mims. And he gets him around 6 there. Kenny Moore there to make the stop.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 37. Hits his running back. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's complete to Vele. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos take a 2nd quarter lead. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. This return starts at the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now for another possession. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Has him on a quick hitter. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Richardson now. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Richardson. Warren's got it, complete. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it, it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Another punt coming up for Rigoberto Sanchez. The Broncos have Marvin Mims deep to return. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. And not his best punt here. He drives it several yards into the end zone. That's going to lead to a touchback. The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. He's got the hook up to Ingram. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Big play to begin the drive. That's up to the 37. Nix off the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. Stepping up, and he's going to run. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
A give right side to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. 1st down. Now Nix. Finds a seam down the middle. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos grow their lead just before halftime. And that is his 3rd touchdown catch. Certainly enough to call this a very good game for him. And we're still in the opening half, so what else might he accomplish before we're done here? Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos double their lead to 14. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Colts are ready to take the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They're out and set. 1st and 10. To throw, Richardson. Throw complete to Warren. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Colts operating from the hurry-up, rushing back to the line. 2nd and 1. Hauled in by Downs. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Flushed it. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts make it a one-score game before halftime. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one right down the middle. And the Colts chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. On the return, here's Mims. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Broncos are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. As a man, that's Cortland Sutton. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Nix from the gun. That's complete to Ingram along the sideline. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Nix now to throw. The sideline shot snagged by Sutton. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Finds Mims. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They'll throw again, Nix. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Nix again on 2nd and 10. Fits it through the middle. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. They get 22 on that one. And the Broncos will have a first down. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. He's hit once already. This is a short one, inside of 30 yards. Bertolet able to knock it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half. Looking to throw. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. We've reached the midway point of this one, and the visiting Broncos taking a lead into that locker room. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. We just watched a fine first half from the man from Oregon, Bo Nix. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. On the return, here's Mims. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And our team in the truck putting these highlights together, well, they certainly had plenty of touchdowns to choose from. For them, actually. Though the way he's been playing, Brock, you cannot count on him being done reaching that end zone just yet.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half, and that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Play action with Nix. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage of this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Nix. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Nix with it on first. This is hauled in by Ingram. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 31. Cut by Sutton. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. They are throwing it again. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Motioning him from the slot right. Again on 2nd and 10. Nix. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
The Colts adding a man to the secondary here. 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, it's Nix. This is Sutton working the right side. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Will Lutz getting the call on 4th down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. From the right hash, this is going to be a 41-yarder. Bertolet able to knock it through. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. He fields it from the 8. Good looking return here, and he's got room. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. Their offense running back out now. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. Finds a seam down the middle. Still has some space inside the 35. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
I can guarantee you that's going to be in Tell the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Option give to Taylor. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Taylor now up the middle. And they take it across the goal line for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts start the second half with some needed points. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Colts get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember. But as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. Has it downfield, working the left. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos go up by 12. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. And the Broncos offense isn't leaving the field. Looks like they're going to go for 2. Man in motion here. He's throwing for it. And he's into the end zone for 2. That sets him up with a 14-point lead. Well, Brock, the run's certainly an option as they lined up for 2. But as an offense, what are you looking for when you decide to throw it instead?
Well, you've spent all week working on these plays, and usually you have 2 or 3 that you like. That run game, you're right, you can run it. But there's so much more space with creativity in the passing game. And good offenses, elite offenses, they find a way not just to practice it, but to execute it when it matters.
Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. This return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Colts have running back Jonathan Taylor headed out with the rest of the offense. And the touchdowns got to keep coming for him as they still trail here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option. Right side. Cuts it to the right sideline. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Hey, forget about it. Forget 1st down. For a moment, they were thinking touchdown on that play. What a time to deliver a breakaway run. And that puts a ton of momentum on their side for the next snap.
So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone. Straight ahead with Taylor. And he's brought down after getting this to the 17 into the red zone. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
From the 17. It's caught, Warren. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with first and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Going jumbo set on this first and goal. Taylor will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's second and goal. Another shot for Taylor. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Colts shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Took a couple of runs into that wall before they finally punched it across for the score.
Well, that defensive front, you know they were dialed up to make a stand, but it was going to be a challenge to make another 2 stops even after that one. That crack formed in the wall, and it burst through for a touchdown.
They'll try this extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Colts chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. On the return, here's Mims. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They get it on the ground here with Dobbins. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Like so many before him, he's brought down by DeForest Buckner. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Nix off the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. Complete. It's Ingram. He's got to gain a 6 there. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 21. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Nix now to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to get this down to the 13. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now it's 2nd down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Throwing from the gun. Pass taken in by Sutton. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. To throw, here's Nix. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take a 13-point lead. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos double their lead to 14. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Colts back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. That's complete to Pittman. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 34. Throw complete to Warren. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. 1st down throw here from Richardson. Finds the in route complete. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Buying some time, and this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
Another try following the sack. Warren's got it, complete. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
First down, ball at the 36. Taylor trying the left side. Along this sideline inside the 25. And he's finally hauled down at the 12. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it, and that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he drives this forward to the 6. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
2nd down carry for Taylor. And this time they get to him early and stick him along the line of scrimmage. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 4 coming up now. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Rolling left, behind, and he has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one splits the uprights, and the Colts chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Returning it from the 4. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together, finding the end zone. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Nix to throw. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Cut by Sutton. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Out of the gun, it's Nix. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They'll throw again, Nix. Throwing the out route complete. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. And someone has officially flown higher than the Dutchman, Brock. That completion pushes him past Norm Van Brocklin for the most passing yards in a game in NFL history. The mark of 554 yards and stood resolute since back in 1951. And 7 decades later, someone has finally topped it. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Carry here for Dobbins. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. It's the Broncos with the ball, trying to close out what would currently be a win. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Nix. Mims with the grab. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
It's a give here for Dobbins. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. Couldn't manage even a yard on that run, so now it's 4th down.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, And they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Here comes Will Lutz, a lot riding on this field goal try. From the left hash, 34 yards away. Bertolet able to knock it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a two-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. The Colts returning their offense and this running back to the field. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well even with the workload they've placed upon him. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing now, Richardson. Hauled in by Downs. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Throwing now from the gun. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays on the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
They'll throw again. Richardson. Catch is made in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure. But you sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, Taylor. And he's in for the touchdown. The Colts make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot. But on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating.
Look at you.
And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. On the return, here's Mims. He's stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Nicks off the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, you'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Going for the first with Dobbins. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it. I promise you that. Coaches will file that one away the next time they really need to pick up a few yards.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Going to the ground again on first. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 36. That one's complete over the middle. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos making a 9-point advantage. From Sid Luckman in 1943 to Drew Brees in 2015. We've had 8 quarterbacks throw 7 touchdowns in one game. And now we have a 9th who's accomplished that feat as his dominance over this defense continues. Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. This offense ready to get going again now. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. This is reeled in by Pittman. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 32. He's on the move. He'll try and run this. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical 1st down.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now a handoff to Taylor. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
From the 39. He's got Pierce. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Short side option here. He's running left. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
1st down throw here from Richardson. Throw complete to Warren. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Second and 3 now. Here's Taylor. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Chased out to his right. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Has it in close.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. To throw, Richardson. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that brings up 3rd and goal.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Running with Taylor. And he will get into the end zone for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown, his 4th total score of the game. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Play action with Mix. He's throwing deep to the left side. That's complete inside the 35. It's a huge pickup on the play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They did it! He made the interception! Charvarius Ward picks it off.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Richardson. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 24. Pittman's got it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Option give to Taylor. Jukes out a one-stop. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now they have 3rd and short. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody.
Yeah.
And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
He manages a gain of 8 there. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Richardson now on 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now Richardson to throw. And he'll be touched down after a big play.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Cut near the goal line. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw it. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Bend. Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. To throw. Caught near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Looking good, and it's through. And inside the final minute, they've tied this up.
These are the moments, Kate, when you realize how valuable a clutch kicker is. When he's the only guy out there and everybody relying on him, and he delivers.
The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And he found some running room for a nice gain. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back to throw. Cut by Sutton. Rolling into enemy territory. Give him 30 yards on that one. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
All right, got a timeout here. Just 8 seconds remaining in our ball game. An entire game coming down to the leg of Will Lutz. This a 52-yard attempt from the left hash. It has enough leg, and it's good from deep. And that, folks, is your game winner.
That kick was a heck of a distance, but with the adrenaline that you know he had flowing through him in that moment, it helped give him all the drive he needed to send the game winner through.
Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. One final shot here. Trying to push it deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Broncos ride out of here with a win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Indy.